Let's slow this down. You don't need to be productive right now. You don't need to take notes. You don't need to fix anything as you listen. This video isn't here to motivate you. It's not here to push you forward. It's not here to turn you into a better version of yourself. It's here to explain something your body already understands. Because if motivation worked the way people say it does, you wouldn't feel this tired. You wouldn't feel stuck in this specific way. You wouldn't feel like effort costs more than it used to. Most exhaustion doesn't come from doing too little. It comes from holding too much for too long. And most burnout doesn't begin with collapse. It begins with endurance. Quiet endurance. The kind that looks functional on the outside and feels heavy on the inside. If that already feels familiar, you're not alone. Pause. Burnout is often misunderstood because it doesn't look dramatic. There's no single breaking point, no clear moment when everything falls apart. Instead, there's a gradual narrowing, less energy, less curiosity, less tolerance for things that once felt manageable. And what makes this confusing is that many people experiencing burnout are still functioning. They show up. They do what needs to be done. They keep going. So they assume the problem must be motivation, or discipline, or a personal flaw they haven't fixed yet. But burnout is not a character issue. It's a nervous system issue. And to understand why motivation stops working, we need to understand how the nervous system learns in the first place. The nervous system doesn't learn through logic. It doesn't learn through explanations or intentions. It learns through experience, through repetition, through patterns that happen again and again, especially early on. When safety is consistent, the nervous system learns to relax. When safety is inconsistent, the nervous system learns to adapt, not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. A child doesn't need trauma for this to happen. They only need unpredictability, emotional absence, tension in the air, care that feels conditional or inconsistent, nothing extreme, just enough uncertainty for the body to stay alert. And the body responds automatically. It starts to monitor, to anticipate, to adjust itself to what the environment seems to require. This isn't something a child decides. It's not conscious. It's biological. The nervous system asks one simple question. What do I need to do to stay connected and safe? Sometimes the answer is being quiet. Sometimes it's being helpful. Sometimes it's being easy, agreeable, or emotionally contained. And over time, the body organizes itself around those answers. This is not weakness. This is intelligence. But intelligence used for survival comes at a cost. As this pattern repeats, the child becomes very skilled at sensing others, reading the room before speaking, noticing shifts in mood, adjusting tone, behavior, even needs. Not because they don't have needs, but because expressing them once felt risky. From the outside, this adaptation often looks like maturity, calmness, responsibility, emotional control. Adults may praise it. You're so mature for your age. You're so responsible. You're so strong. But internally, something else is happening. The nervous system is working overtime. When a child grows up feeling, even subtly, responsible for emotional balance, their body learns a quiet rule. Rest is not safe. Because rest means letting go of control. And letting go once meant that things could fall apart, so the body stays slightly tense, always scanning, always ready. This isn't anxiety in the obvious sense. It's not panic. It's not fear with a name. It's a constant, low-level state of vigilance. And because it begins early, it doesn't feel unusual. It just feels like who you are. If this feels familiar, you're not alone. As life goes on, this state doesn't disappear. It evolves. You grow up. You adapt further. You learn how to function inside this tension. You may become highly capable, productive, reliable. You might be the person others depend on, the one who holds things together, the one who rarely drops the ball. And from the outside, it can look like success. But internally, your nervous system never fully stands down. There is always a baseline level of effort, a background hum of alertness, a sense that rest must be justified. So even when life becomes more stable, your body doesn't register that stability. It keeps preparing. This is where exhaustion begins to accumulate. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because survival mode is expensive. It uses energy just to exist. And eventually, the system reaches its limit. This is where burnout emerges. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but gradually. You may notice that motivation stops working the way it used to. Things that once felt easy, neng. At this point, many people ask the same question: what do I do now? And the answer is often surprising. Because the nervous system doesn't heal through force. It doesn't heal through discipline, and it doesn't heal through motivation. It heals through safety. Not safety as an idea, but safety as an experience. A nervous system learns safety the same way it learns survival, through repetition, through consistency, through gentle signals that nothing bad happens when you slow down. This is why rest alone doesn't always help. Rest without safety still feels threatening. Your body may be still, but internally, it's bracing. So healing begins not with action, but with understanding. Understanding that your exhaustion has context, that your responses make sense, that your body isn't broken, it adapted, and adaptation can change. This doesn't happen overnight. Your nervous system won't suddenly trust calm just because you tell it to. Trust is built slowly, through moments where you stop and nothing collapses, through softness that doesn't lead to punishment, through rest that doesn't have to be earned. This may feel uncomfortable at first, because safety feels unfamiliar to a system trained in survival. So gentleness must be gradual. You don't force yourself to rest. You allow small pauses. You don't demand relaxation. You allow settling. Over time, your body begins to learn something new, that you don't have to hold everything together anymore. That effort is optional. That presence is enough. This is why healing isn't about becoming stronger. It's about becoming safer inside your own body. You don't need more motivation. You need regulation. You don't need more discipline. You need permission. Permission to slow down. Permission to feel without fixing. Permission to exist without performing. And this is not weakness. This is repair. If something here resonated, you don't have to explain. You can just leave a quiet comment. You don't have to carry this alone anymore.